All right, good morning. Welcome back to pre-calculus. So we are looking at systems of nonlinear equations. Okay, so in this case we have x squared plus y squared equals 100, and knowing what we know from college algebra and algebra 2 and our recent discussion about ellipses, you think, wait a minute, this is a circle. And of course, 8x equals 6y, that's going to be a line. So I'm going to go ahead and click my point here. So I know this is a circle with radius 10. So we're just going to go ahead and put the center in here, 0. And then I'm just going to go up to radius 10. Okay, put a point on the circle. Any radius, any value 10 units away is going to be just fine. I'm going to pick that one because it's easy. Okay, and then the next thing is I'm going to use method of intercepts. So this is 8y equals 6x. Well, that's a little bit easier said than done. Okay, so the first one is going to be really easy because we have 8x equals 6y, or vice versa here. Let's see. So 8y equals 6x rather. So we have 8y equals 6x. Okay, they're going to do this a lot, by the way. Put this in a way that's easiest for you to deal with it. Okay, some people like general form. Okay, that's a way to do this. Or you can say, I like function form y equals 6 over 8x. So we have a nice independent variable and a dependent variable, so we could do it that way. Whichever way is going to work for you the best is the way I want you to do it. So clearly 0, 0 is a point. We can go ahead and cast out a 2 here, so that's going to be y is equal to 3 over 4x. So pick any other points you'd like. I'll pick x equals 4 when x equals 4, right? Y is going to be 3. Okay, so that's how we're going to do that. So let's go ahead and make our little points here. So we have 0, 0. And then when x is equal to 4, y is going to be 1, 2, 3. Okay, I can use my line tool here. Plot this one. We're so proud of this one when we saw this. Okay, and that's going to be my equation there. So it looks somewhere around like 8 and 6 kind of an idea is what we're going to be looking for. So we go ahead and solve this thing. So we have 8y is equal to 6x. Okay, and then we have x squared plus y squared equals 100. So we're just going to say, okay, well, we have here y is equal to 3/4 x. So we have x squared plus 3/4 x squared equals 100. So we have x squared plus, and then 3/4. Go ahead and square that. Say, okay, well, that's going to be 9 over 16 x squared equals 100. So this is going to be 16 over 16. Okay, just getting common denominator so we can add these. So it's going to be 25 over 16 x squared is equal to 100. Solving for x, so we just say, okay, well, it's 16 over 25ths. It's 16 over 25ths. So we're going to have 4 times 16. That's going to be x squared is equal to 64. So x equals plus or minus 8. Okay, we have two solutions. We have x equals 8. We also have x equals negative 8. Okay, and both of those have to go back into our original equation here. So again, I'll pick the nice one. So y equals 3/4 x. Okay, remember, y equals 3/4 x. So we have to go back and say, okay, well, what if x is 8? Then y is equal to 3/4 times 8. So y is going to be 6, right? Because the 8's are going to cancel a little bit. So we have 8 times 2. And in here, we're going to have x equals negative 8. So we have y is equal to 3/4 times negative 8. So that's going to be y equals negative 6. Okay, so our pairs of points that we're going to say are solutions here is 8, 6, and then 8, negative 8, negative 6. Okay, and that's pretty much what we do. Okay, so let's see if we can't go ahead and sort that out. So we have, oh, did they ask us to solve it? Graph the system equation. Okay, that's nice. Thank you very much. Let's do it this way. Okay, so we'll check. And then just looking at my problem here, right? It does look like we have a solution back here at -8. It does look like we have a solution here at +8. It's not saying that you always want to do things in a graphical sort of a way, but when you get to your calculus class, they're going to do things like figure out the area in the circle, but above the line. And you're going to have to go like, well, it's going to go from here to there. Okay, so that's what they're going to ask you to do, or figure out the area of this pizza slice here. Okay, so being able to draw it is always a good thing to deal with. Okay, so did they give me an or? So we'll type in that. And comma, separate them by commas, right? Put that one in there. Okay, so we have x was 8 or -8, so we have 8, and then we had what, 6? 6. Okay, so that was one. And then we also had a -8 and -6, didn't we? I don't know why they specify substitution. Occasionally you get lucky and you do have an elimination method you can use. But for the most part, when you have nonlinear equations, it's almost always going to be substitution. Okay, so there we go. They like that. Your answer is correct, but you should put it in set notation. Oh, I should have put the sets around it. Okay, so next time we'll know. Okay, so thank you for tuning in. We'll get to the next one in the next video.